written in an archaic way that it limits the right to expression, the right to lawmaking. We must correct it. But I'm petitioning you as Speaker that I brought a private member's bill here about the Basters, recognition of the Basters community. That bill was referred to your technical team. Up to now, it's 4 months later, they have not given me a go-ahead to present that. How long am I going to wait for private members' bill? And how long would members of parliament, elected leaders, be subjected? Our work is subjected by staff members. They determine when we bring bills or not. So I want to know from you.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, rather Honorable MP, Honorable Venani. Yes, Honorable Venani. No, the Secretariat does not have the authority, according to the rules, to determine how members must table the bills, whether they are private members' bill or other forms of bills. What the Secretariat has a responsibility to do is to act in accordance with the provision of the rules that we have adopted, where that requires their intervention. And I would like to request Honorable Venani to kindly forward to the Assembly the concern, because I must get the dates when these submissions were made, in order that a follow-up can be made with the department that is designated under the rule to deal with that matter, so that it can be established what the status of the bill is and what is holding up the finalization of whatever the Secretariat need to do. But the authority over MPs, they don't have. Yeah. I recognize Honorable Ampanda.
Speaker, I indicated I switched it on when you were on reports.
I beg your pardon?
I clicked the button when it was on reports.
Oh, I didn't see you. Oh, you have a report to table?
I'm raising on point of privilege with regards to reports.
Oh, if you are raising on point of privilege, I don't know. Sorry, I didn't see you. So can you make your point of privilege?
Rule 229 says that 229(1), a leader of an assembly delegation or a member of the delegation on behalf of the leader of the delegation must table a report on the activities or international conferences of the delegation attended abroad. 229(2), if the House is then sitting, the report must be laid on the table within 30 days of the delegation return from abroad. 3, if the House is on recess, the report shall be laid on the table within 10 days of the resumption of the next sitting of the House following the delegation return from abroad. Speaker, for the purposes of clarity, the definition of what it means to table, it is provided for in the definition. It says table means to lay upon the table in the National Assembly all motion, all questions, all bills, or other forms of business for consideration of the House. Speaker, since we came here in March, there has been many international delegations from March that you have led, that your deputy have led, some other members of parliament have led. But there have been no single report tabled in this House in terms of 229. Not when we're in sitting, 30 days have gone by, not after recess. So I'm inviting, Speaker, that you rule on this violation that has been taking place since March, the non-compliance with Rule 229.
Very good, thank you. So I will establish the facts on those reports and I will convey my rulings at a later time. Yes, please.
Just so that we're clear as we proceed, there has been no single report tabled. It's a fact that there have been international delegations. It's a fact that there has been no single report tabled in this House in line with the rules.
From March.
So what is it that we are going to establish? Unless we are saying there's been a report tabled. There's been no single report tabled. And it's a fact that there's been international delegation. Unless there's a leader who led the delegation and say, I led this delegation to so-so country, I tabled that report. So I just want to understand for clarity, what exactly are we going to clarify or find out when we know for a fact that there have been those delegations, we know for a fact not a single report has been tabled in compliance with the rules in terms of 229. I just want that clarity.
Yes, the honourable member requested that the presiding officer must make a ruling on it. And in terms of the rules, the presiding officer will make a ruling on a matter that is brought for the ruling by the speaker instantly, or defer the ruling to a later time. And I have opted for the latter. Yes, I recognize Honourable Steenkamp.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, I lay upon the table annual financial statements of the Namibian College of Open Learning, NAMCO, for the year ended 31st March 2024. I so move, Speaker.
Yes, the honourable member may now table the report. Is any other reports and papers? Okay, notices of questions? Yes, Honourable Fries.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I hereby give notice that on Thursday, the 25th of September 2025, I shall ask the Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Land Reform, Honourable Inge Ramwane, the following. The Auditor General's latest report on the Land Acquisition and Development Fund is extremely concerning because it features persistent mismanagement, financial irregularities, and unresolved audit findings stretching back to 2018. Instead of providing transparency and accountability in a fund meant to deliver land reform and development for our people, we see regular mistakes, inaccurate accounts, ballooning office expenses, and a shocking net deficit. This adverse audit opinion is not just a technical matter, but it is evidence of systemic failure in the use of public resources. I therefore wish to ask the Honourable Minister the following. Number one, why has the Land Acquisition and Development Fund received an adverse audit opinion for the year ended 31st of March 2024? And what immediate corrective actions are being taken to restore compliance with international public sector accounting standards? Two, can the Minister explain why findings dating back to 2018 remain unresolved and what accountability measures are being pursued against those responsible for repeated non-compliance? Three, why does the fund still use a cash basis method of accounting for land tax income despite clear requirements under the International Public Sector Accounting Standards to use the accrual basis, and when will this be corrected? Four, what specific steps are being taken to address the 2.9 million misstatement in land tax income, and how will the Ministry ensure accurate recognition of revenue going forward? Five, given that trade receivables are overstated by 9.9 million due to untransferred funds from NAMRA, what mechanisms are in place to ensure timely transfer of collected land tax revenues into the fund's accounts? Six, why did the fund incorrectly record 30 million as an investment when the Memorandum of Understanding requires Agribank to account for these funds? And the last question, Honourable Minister, office expenses increased from 6.4 million in 2023 to 11.2 million in 2024, including purchases such as iPads for commissioners and IT equipment. How does the Minister justify these expenses in a fund that reported a net deficit of 17.4 million? I so submit, Honourable Speaker.
Yes, you may please table the questions, Honourable Member. I recognize Honourable Lizazi. Yes, Honourable Lizazi, one moment, please. Who is asking for Honourable Nekongo?
Yeah, Honourable Speaker, I'm raising on Rule 85. I've noticed that during question time, we waste most of the precious time that the Namibian people have given us. But if you look at the questions, we are only given 3 minutes, once off. So I'm just asking Speaker that we enforce this. I'm not seeing any counter for the time, so that at least we...
I beg your pardon, say that again.
I said I have noticed that we don't have even the timer on.
Timer, okay.
Yeah, I'm just I'm asking for us to enforce so that we can able to utilize time wisely. Thank you.
Okay, Secretariat, please take note of that. We have that up there now. Okay. So, Honorable Lizazi?
Before I start my time. Okay. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I hereby give notice that on Thursday, 18th September 2025, I shall ask the Minister of Justice and Labour Relations the following questions. In the period leading up to the last year's Presidential and National Assembly elections, Namibia experienced frequent visits from Zimbabwean judicial delegations. On the 23rd of May 2024, the Chief Justice, Peter Shivute, and his Zimbabwean counterpart, Chief Justice Luke Malaba, signed a bilateral agreement for cooperation during an official visit to Namibia. At present, the judiciary of Zimbabwe is engaged in a 5-day benchmarking exercise in Namibia focused on the alternative dispute resolution system. The frequency of these visits, especially around election periods, raises concerns about intent and impact. In view of these engagements, I wish to pose the following questions. What significant progress has Namibia's judiciary achieved to attract such sustained interest and benchmarking from Zimbabwe, a country with a larger population and longer judiciary history? In examining give and take benefits, why are Zimbabwean justices regularly appointed to our courts, yet there is no record of Namibian judges serving in Zimbabwe on an exchange program? Because when you exchange, there must be that. Does this trend reflect the prioritization of external interests over local legal experts? What concrete benefit, both operational and strategic, does Namibia obtain from this judiciary exchange? Have these visits influenced judiciary appointment from Zimbabwe? And what measurable positive impact have such appointment had on the integrity, capacity, and public trust in Namibia's judiciary system? What steps is the ministry taking to address persistent public concern about transparency, accountability, and the risk of foreign influence in judiciary appointment? With reference to the cooperation agreement signed on 23rd May 2024. Are additional agreements
Honorable member,
anticipated during
can
this?
you round up, please? Can
Yes,
you round up?
He's rounding
during
up.
this, I'm rounding, is the last one.
Oh, he's
If
rounding.
so, which specific area will be targeted, and will they address underlying systematic bottlenecks such as judiciary delays, resource limitation, and over-reliance on foreign expertise beyond the current focus ADR? The repeated appointment of Zimbabwean justice to Namibia, Namibian court signals to domestic international observer a willingness to compromise justice, judicial independence for perceived expertise. How is the ministry ensuring that this practice does not create future dependence which may undermine long-term judiciary sovereignty or embolden further external influence? Lastly, what measures is the ministry implementing to strengthen local judicial capacity and training so as to reduce long-term dependence on foreign judges? How does the ministry ensure appointment align with constitutional mandate for transparency and independence, considering recent public criticism and reports highlighting trust deficit and educational gaps in the system? I so submit.
Continue,
Honorable Speaker.
continue.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, honorable member. Honorable members, please assist me. Let us try to be as brief as possible, and let's also not breach the provisions that say no arguments, no insinuations, and all of these things. Yeah, Honorable Klute. Yes, they are students. They have come here to observe us.
Honorable Speaker, I hereby give notice that on Thursday, 18 September 2025, I shall ask the Honorable Minister of International Relations and Trade the following question. In light of possible diplomatic reshuffles by the new administration and Namibia's official policy shift toward economic diplomacy under the merged Ministry of International Relations and Trade, I ask the following. How many ambassadorial posts are currently vacant, and by when does the ministry intend to fill them? What proportion of new or upcoming ambassadorial appointments will be filled by career diplomats versus political appointees? And what criteria will be applied to assess their readiness to advance Namibia's trade investment and AFCFTA commitments? Will the ministry publish the economic diplomacy profiles, trade experience, language proficiency, prior market exposure of new ambassadors to strategic posts such as Washington, Beijing, Brussels, Berlin, London, and Pretoria, so the public can see that envoys are appointed on relevant expertise? Number 4, and lastly, what induction or performance benchmarks will the ministry apply to ensure that every head of mission delivers measurable outcomes like export leads, investment pipelines, market access deals, and support for Namibian businesses abroad? I submit these questions in national interest, mindful that Namibia's embassies must be engines of economic diplomacy that advance our trade and investment goals. Thank you.
Honorable Amkoto.
I hereby give notice that on Thursday, 25th of September 2025, I shall ask the Minister of Urban and Rural Development, Honorable Sangwasa, James Sangwasa, the following questions. Honorable Speaker, on the 4th of April 2024, the former acting president appointed the Boundary and the Delimitation and Demarcation Commission in line with Article 104 of the Namibian Constitution. The Commission's mandate was to assess and recommend change to the boundary and names of Namibian regions and the constituencies, a process crucial for the upcoming election and the work of the Electoral Commission of Namibia, ECN. On January 21, 2025, the Commission formally delivered its final report to the former acting president after concluding its work. Yet, 8 months later, the report remained hidden from the public. Boundaries and constituency demarcations affect how our people are represented, how resources are distributed, and fundamentally, how democracy itself functions. This secrecy raises deep concern about transparency, accountability, and fairness in the electoral process. Namibians deserve to know the truth. Therefore, I ask the Honorable Minister the following question. Honorable Minister, how much public money was spent on the Boundary Delimitation and the Demarcation Commission on activity, including allowances, logistics, consultation, and how can we justify keeping its report security after taxpayers have funded it? Number two, can the Honorable Minister explain whether the withholding of the report is because the Commission was appointed by the former acting president? And if so, does this reflect a lack of confidence in the Commission's independence or credibility? Number three, the last one, how does your ministry intend to ensure that boundary change which directly affect people's voting rights, service delivery and representation are handled transparently, fairly, and in consultation with the citizen consent? Honorable Speaker, the issue of boundary is not about lines on a map. It is about people's voices, people's representation, and people's life. Keeping such a crucial report hidden from the public damages confidence in the government. Weakness, accountability, and the risk creating division instead of unity. I so submit.
Yes, thank you, Honourable Member. I just wanted to remind the members again that the MPs are not allowed to walk between the presiding officer and a member who is making an address in the chamber. Yeah, so I was trying to gesture to Honourable Motu, but I could see she probably didn't see me. I just want to remind the Honourable Member. So I now call upon Honourable Ipumbu.
Thanks, Honourable Speaker. I have my minutes. Honourable Speaker.
Yes, Honourable Members, please. Honourable Ipumbu has the floor.
Okay, good. I hope my minutes will not be cut.
Honourable Ipumbu, please proceed.
Thanks very much, Honourable Speaker. I have two questions, all to the Minister of Works and Transport, my younger brother, Honourable Nekundi. On Thursday, the 25th of September, Honourable Nekundi, the leasing of Ramatex facility to the Rani Group of India for the 25 years is nothing short of economic treason. It is yet another betrayal of our youth and a shameful abdication of this government's duty to put Namibia interest first. Instead of transforming Ramatex into a hub where young people or where young Namibian entrepreneurs can innovate, manufacture, and create. It's not allowed. Honourable Speaker?
Yes, a point of order is allowed if granted by the presiding officer. So yes, he is sitting now, and I would. Yes, let me hear him, and I can tell him he's abusing, if that's what he's trying to do. Yes, Honourable Nekundi, on what point are you raising?
Yeah, Honourable Speaker.
Yes, please stop the clock.
The point of order is Is the rule prescribed that the question must be placed to the minister responsible for that sector? I am not in whatsoever responsible for Ramatex, so I'm not at all.
Yeah,
So I'm not-
okay. Okay, thank you. Honorable Minister, take your seat and let the member finish posing the question so we can make that determination. Yes.
Instead of transforming Ramatex into a hub where young Namibian entrepreneurs can innovate, manufacture, and create wealth, government has rolled out the red carpet for foreign capital. Our own graduates in engineering and business remain unemployed, while our small manufacturers struggle for affordable industrial space. Yet a foreign company is gifted our prime facility for a generation. This is not development, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Members. This is economic colonialism. It reflects a chronic lack of confidence in the capacity of Namibians to manage their own affairs. Every such lease mortgage the economic future of our children and deepens their exclusion from the mainstream economy. Therefore, I shall then ask the questions to my younger brother, Honorable Nekundi. Minister, given the crisis of youth unemployment, will you terminate the Rani Group lease and convert Ramatex into subsidized industrial space for young Namibians entrepreneurs, and when? How do you justify locking strategic infrastructure into foreign hands for 25 years while Namibians remain excluded? Will you commit to reviewing all long-term lease of state assets to foreign entities and table a report within 90 days to ensure majority Namibians? Honorable Speaker, please protect. Will you commit to review all long-term lease of state assets to foreign entities and table a report within 90 days to ensure majority Namibian ownership and control? And finally, Minister, will you at least impose a moratorium on future long-term lease until clear pro-Namibian policies are in place? Honorable Speaker, honorable members, history will judge harshly those who sold out strategic assets while our youth languished in unemployment. This government must decide, save Namibian or save not the foreigners. I so submit. The second question, Honorable Speaker, still to the same minister. Thursday, the 25th of this month.
Time is up, you must run.
No, this is another question.
Yes.
Yes, it should. It's qualified its own 3 minutes again.
Correct.
Yes. I rise to address a matter of urgent national importance: the erosion of our economic sovereignty and the betrayal of the transformation ideals upon which our republic was built. For far too long, Namibians has been systematically excluded from meaningful economic participation. Our own state enterprises, instead of championing local empowerment, have become facilitators of neo-colonial economic order that benefit foreign interests over our own people. A prime example is the Road Contractors Company, RCC. Despite being funded by Namibian taxpayer, RCC continued to partner with foreign companies, sidelining local contractors. The 2018 partnership with Nantong Sanshian is a special troubling. A 2 billion of the 4.1 billion in tenders went to this Chinese company, leaving Namibians with scraps and subcontractors. This isn't just bad policy, it's economic sabotage. These deals drain our capital, undermine local capacity, and betray our youth, our businesses, and our community. I therefore, Honorable Speaker, ask the following question. What immediate step will be taken to ensure that at least 70% of RCC project value stays in Namibian hands, and when will this start? Will you commit to a forensic audit of all RCC foreign partnerships since 2015 with full transparency on where the money went and table the findings within 6 months? Will your ministry implement a local content policy mandating that all state construction entities partner with majority Namibian-owned firms? And will you commit to tabling this legislation in the current session? Given the RCC failure to empower Namibians, will you dissolve its current board and management and appoint leadership aligned with genuine economic transformation? Honorable Speaker, honorable members, the time for polite language is over. The people of Namibia demand answers. And more importantly, they demand action. The era of economic colonialism must end, and it must end now. I so submit.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Member. Before you table, I just would like to say that Honorable Nekundi was saying that the first set of questions are misdirected because another ministry deals with the issue that the question relates to.
But his ministry deals
Yeah,
with the releasing
let me
of
just finish.
government's...
Yeah, no, let me just finish. And I wanted to say that the challenge with posting questions to the wrong address is that when it's time to answer the questions, the honorable member will just get up and say the question is misdirected, and then you will have to repose the question again to the correct minister, who will not be prepared to answer. So I think what will be done is when you have tabled the question, we would look at that and try to confirm with the two ministries, because I think that even I think it belongs to another ministry.
Deals with
Yeah,
the
no, Honorable, I'm just advising you. Otherwise, you can table the questions,
Yes,
but
I will table
you
them.
do it at that risk. That Honorable
He will
Nekundi
answer.
will come here and we will not be able to compel him to answer a question on an issue.
You are now defending the honorable member.
No, I'm helping you. I'm helping you to direct the question to the correct person. Yeah. Yeah, I'm helping you to get your questions answered. Now, Honorable Ampanda.
Oteganja eteiso ngashinge ikucha metine jo masikono na 3 ga Septemba otandika pula minister Gontonyo anogwimaliwa msimani kwa Erika Shafudanga ashitashirandura mpaka oshiuke shaziko oshibwana shakundana kucha okuza mu masiko 30 ga Novemba omvo mavigali no 25 epangero talika kulisapo online nengo systema yokunana imalwa konjambi no futo ganilonga epangero.
There is a point of what is it? Point of what, honorable member? Point of privilege.
Can we finish translation with prior communication with the office of the speaker?
Yes.
We are disadvantaged.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me answer. Yeah, let me answer. Yes, there was a notification sent, and the Honorable Ampanda indicated that he has made arrangements for translation, yes. And the question will be subject to the time limit that is there. So the Honorable member would get a translation from Honorable Hangura, I understand.
Yes, that's correct.
No, in terms of the, yes, ex facto, because he's a member, he's sitting in the chamber. Okay, so there is a point of privilege from another member, Honorable Venani.
Honorable Speaker, if the member has notified the table office and the speaker that he or she intends to speak in a particular vernacular, the honor is on the table office and the speaker to arrange for direct translation to members of the House. We cannot depend on personal friends' translation. That man is not a translator. He is not a professional translator. So it is the job of this House to provide translators in our local languages. As easy as that.
Yeah. Well, that's a point of notification.
Yeah, 2:30. Yes. Yeah, Honorable Ampanda, just one moment. Let me deal with the point of Honorable Venani. Yeah, I must acknowledge that this was kind of a difficult case to deal with, because Rule 30 that was cited in applying for that, I just want to read it, so that we can understand, the context in which the matter was dealt with. Rule 30 says, 230, it says language of assembly. The language of the assembly is English. And 2, upon request of a member, a presiding member must authorize the use by that member, and it says must. I don't really understand why it was written like that, but that is what it says. Must authorize the use by that member of a language other than English, including Namibian Sign Language, during proceedings of the Assembly. Then under sub 3, it says a member wishing to express himself or herself in a language other than English, including Namibian Sign Language, must inform the Secretary well in advance thereof and must arrange for the translation of his or her speech into English while the member is speaking. Yeah, so while the member is speaking. Yes. So now it is not clear whether the member would speak, read out one paragraph and the other one would. So it was not possible for the presiding officer to determine ahead of time until I had heard Honorable Ampanda pose the question how the honorable member is going to ensure that the translation is done at the time that he's posing the question. But I reflected on this matter and we discussed it. It was not an easy one to decide. Yeah, I must say that. Yeah, there's another point of privilege, honorable member. Unfortunately, it's that so that we can have a common understanding.
No, I want to contribute, not to continue. I want to contribute just to assist this matter.
So
yes.
Is it not better for us to hear the queries and then you can maybe help to explain so that we come to a common understanding? Yes, honorable member.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I just want to find out whether the honorable member plus his translator will both get additional 3 minutes or not, or must they both speak within these 3 minutes? Thank you.
Yes, okay. Now, before Honorable Ampanda comes in, with regards to the time, the time limit said the time for questions is 3 minutes per question, and that the presiding officer has a flexibility to extend the time for no longer than 5 minutes. For no longer than 5 minutes. And it's a discretion. Yeah, so that's the explanation. But let's hear from Honorable Ampanda how at the same time translation is going to be done.
Yeah, thank you very much, Speaker. Of course, I also had regards to this matter. Number one, we're always told not to read rules in isolation. If you look at Rule 231, immediately after that, it says only a member or a president can address the assembly. Yeah? So on that basis, that's why I wanted deliberately to indicate that, because it could have, if I could have arranged somebody from wherever, they would have been stopped. Somebody would have stood up, oh yeah, 231, you're not in compliance. You can't have another person coming in the chamber. So there is 231 that says that. Number two, the obligation is that you must arrange for the translation of his or her speech into English while the member is speaking. So the question is that, is a member speaking? Is it possible to say, while I'm speaking, there's another person speaking? Listen to the English. Listen to the English. Is it possible, is it practical when you are saying, when I'm saying thee, at the same time another person is saying thee? No. No, that's not how the English works. You speak, while you are speaking, have an opportunity to speak. And still, since you are speaking, another person translates. It doesn't mean working together like that. So what I've done in terms of the arrangement, there is indeed a translation that is available. So I was just dealing, I only have 2 questions. I was just dealing with question 1. Honorable Angula is here. Let me finish. So what I'm clarifying, Speaker, is that the translation is available. In terms of the rule 233, it is my responsibility to arrange. I'm confirming to you, which I've also indicated in writing to the Secretary, that an arrangement has been made. I'm confirming the same again. So it is possible, if you want us to proceed like that, how I thought I would finish, and then Honorable Vino would do the translation. But if it so happens that you want paragraph by paragraph, we can also do that. We are ready with anything. So if you want the paragraph after the paragraph is finished, and then he does the translation, he can also do that, he's ready. Yes. But I thought it's convenient and easier to finish the question and then to do the translation in English with the question.
Yeah.
But
Thank you, Honorable Member. Let me hear the point of privilege. The Honorable Crony.
Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Member present himself in English So he is proficient enough in English. So even the rule 224,
Just read.
the rule 224 that he refers to.
It's not 24, 230.
No, you said 231.
Yes.
Rule 231 referred to 224. Now 224, he said the speaker can address the president, but the honorable member is fluent in English, so the honorable member
That's
must
not the
explain.
debate.
Who said fluent?
No,
who said
he's
fluent?
English. He's fluent. The first rule said.
That's not the debate.
Sorry, it's not a debate. The first rule said, rule 230,
Yeah.
sub-rule 1, said the language of the assembly is in English.
Yes.
But the honorable member, there is no provision in the rules that your translator must get additional 3 minutes. So therefore, the honorable
We
member,
never
if
claimed
the
that.
speaker allows, must be allowed to speak in that 3 minutes, the translation and what the honorable member wants to speak within that 3 minutes. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, thank you,
Speaker.
honorable member. Yes.
Speaker, just to help,
Yes.
the rules, and we must help the minister. Minister, we need to help you. The rules doesn't say for people who are handicapped in English. Just read slowly, 233. A member wishing, so even yourself, if you wish,
200 and what?
230, sub-rule 3. Yes. A member wishing. So if you wish to speak in Khoikhoi Khoab, you can do the same. No, I'm emphasizing the point. So we help one another. So I hope I have assisted you. That's one. I hope it's very important that you are a member of cabinet. It's important that you understand these things. So anyone who wish to speak in terms of, we didn't write these rules, we found them here. So you probably wrote them. So any member who wished to speak can do that, number one. Number two, the question, in terms of Rule 85 that we're talking about the time, now you are having an interpretation. The speaker, if she's out of order, you can always just...
Yes.
When it says 3 minutes, is the question. But after the 3 minutes, I finished in reading it, and you have already understood there's no need for a translation. That is why arrangement must be done in advance. Why must you do arrangement in advance? So that the secretariat and the presiding officers have that in mind, that this is a deviation from the norm. So, but obviously there's somebody who's responsible for that.
Yes.
So let's just read.
Yeah, okay, Honorable Ampanda. Now, I also just want to clarify one thing in regard to 231. Then we try to move ahead. Now, 231 was cited by Honorable Ampanda in reference to the choice of an interpreter. In the interpreter, that he needed to designate somebody who is a member of parliament to give interpretation. But 231 is not talking to that. 231 is saying the only other people that may address the House who are not members of the House are those ones that are referred to under 224, which are the heads of states and government and speakers from other parliaments. When a person is interpreting, they are not addressing the House. Yeah, so I think that the 231 does not come in when we are talking about 230, just for clarity. So I think what the members really were trying to query is, couldn't we have arranged for somebody, because the person who are behind there that can provide translation, they are not addressing us, they are just interpreting. And that could have enabled us to make sure that the members receive the message at the same time that it's conveyed by Honorable Ampanda through a question. Even if we agree that he proceeds, I think it's important that we acknowledge that for going forward. You know, that's why I said this was a difficult issue that we had to reflect on, because that was one of the questions that we asked amongst ourselves. What does it mean at the same time? You know, because when we say, is it at the same time mean the person will be there translating from the cubicle, or would the person be translating paragraph by paragraph in order to comply? So I think we need to understand that there are restrictions that we need to ensure that we try to comply with next time around.
Okay, Speaker. Okay, Speaker. Just
yes. Now,
just
having
on the,
said that,
just on that, before we proceed,
yes.
Let's assume we proceed in that understanding. The problem that you are going to have with 233, it is still the obligation of, I mean, I also find it upset, but it still says that must arrange for the translation. So it means basically whether the person is in cubicles or whatever it is that you must still, you have an obligation to make that arrangement, which is what I have done. So when you go and look and ponder on this question, you will still have to ponder on the question of 233. Is it correct for the translation to be an obligation of a member wishing to speak in that language? So that's also another, even if we proceed in that direction, you still have, because you have an arrangement, you have a responsibility to do an arrangement. And it doesn't say how you must do an arrangement. So we will still have that problem that we have. So as we are taking it forward.
I think, Speaker, everything that is said is right. The onus is on the member who wants to speak on that particular vernacular. The onus is on that member to choose his translator. It's not limited to a member of parliament. It's not limited to a qualified translator or any. The onus is on that particular member. That one is clear. There's no ambiguity. What is causing ambiguity is the word why. Why? The one, that word,
yes,
the secretary will advance and must arrange for the translator of his or her speech. That one is clear, into English while the member is speaking. That while is the one that needs to be defined. Now, under the rules that we are having, that discretion, you need to pronounce yourself. Because it says, these rules give you a power, if there is ambiguity, to interpret that ambiguity. The while can also be the way Honorable Amupanda has explained. He reads his question, the translator reads his question. No, just let me finish. The while can also means when we go to international conferences, others speak Arabic and others are translated in English at the same time. As the man says there, the other one says there, but then we listen here. That is the two whiles under the English. Now that one is the one that caused ambiguity, and that is the one I'm saying, going forward for consistency as of today, you rule on that matter to say this while for today is this one. But then we subject this and go and ponder and come back with a decision to say this while according to us the interpretation is this. Then we, from that day on, that is the standard.
Thank you, Speaker.
Very good. Okay, thank you, Deputy Speaker. Now, on what point is Honorable Nekundi rising? Wanting to raise? Privilege.
Am I wrong?
Yes. Honorable Nekundi.
Honorable Speaker, I think the challenge which we need to properly deal with, I have no issues with many other issues. It's about the time factor in relation to while. Okay? While. The time factor in relation to while. Now, you have 3 minutes, maximum 5 discretion. Now, let's assume the speaker permits the discretionary powers up to the 5. Now, the substantive member who is then speaking in the vernacular speaks for 5 minutes, which we allow. Now, that person must translate we no longer have to translate because the time is up. But that's why the concept of while is there, because then you must speak within the time permitted. Because if you allow the member then to go, you finish, and the translator comes in, and you allow this member for 5 minutes, translator will no longer have time, then it then disadvantage all members, and then the privilege then trick us in, then the members are denied of a privilege to hear what the member has spoken in the vernacular. I think that's the context where the chairperson must ponder on how do we deal with that matter in the context of while the natural language and the translation and the time factor. I think that's you should apply with that understanding. Thank you, Honourable Member.
Yes, thank you. Honourable Member, now let me start with Honourable Ashinge first on a point of privilege before I come to Honourable Benani.
Thank you very much.
There's another one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wish there was somebody else who's doing it, not me.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. I think the reason why I always emphasize on us getting to a point to take stock and look at what is working for us and what is not working for us is because of things like this. Now, we have wasted time whereby the Speaker has already made a ruling before we came here that this is okay, we are going to continue with that. Now, Speaker comes and questions her own decision by allowing us to come in and ask the why. So moving forward, we must admit these rules here, majority of them are poorly written. We must get the time to take stock and look at what is really relevant to Namibia in 35 years and move forward. The other thing, the issue of translation. I think translation should be done by certified translators, whereby National Assembly should have a list of translators where interested members or individuals can choose from, so that we have an order of doing things. I so submit.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Now, Honourable Member, I'm not going back on my ruling. The people are asking the floor on the basis of point of privilege. So I just want to hear what they have to say so that we can continue. And I hope the Honourable Benani will be very brief, and then I'll give the Honourable Member there. Honourable Lizard, is it? Yeah.
Honourable Speaker, I think we have found each other. There is institutional memory. It's not the first time that Parliament is using a different other language than English. There was a man here, a founder member of this House, Chief Giel Boekashe, used to speak in this House San language. And there was always an arrangement for him to bring a person who was translating for him. It was Mr. Strauss, a white man. He would be seated there, and would translate verbatim. I have no problem for my brother Angula to translate, or my Honorable Amopanda to speak in Oshindonga, but all I'm asking, in tandem with international standards, if he is a translator, he must be seated somewhere where he is going to translate to us in verbatim. And that's how it happens globally, at the UN, at the African Union, at the EU, at all multilateral forums in the world. So when I said the Speaker must tell us, if Angula is a translator, the Speaker should have made due arrangement for him to be seated somewhere at the cubicle, translating word by word for us. As easy as that.
Speaker, we must decide whether this means anything.
No, it means something.
This cannot mean something when it suits us.
Say
Yes.
something.
So because
Because it's the last one on a point of privilege, I think we are moving towards a closure. Then maybe we will be able to deal with the matter. Let's hear what he has to say, and then you can come in.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. Secretariat.
Yes. Okay. Can you open the microphone?
Thank you. all the honorable members who are repeating the same thing. And if we are time conscious, it's best that we don't repeat the same thing. And then you look at the time that we have wasted on this matter of translation. If the speaker have already arranged for a seat for Honorable Angula, it's just to instruct him to go and sit behind and translate for us while we put here the mic. It's not the time to lecture or inductions. The inductions has the time of it. It has its time. Even the young people seated there, they are wondering that this is what they are sitting for. Every time they come and sit for translation and debate on the translation. Please, Honorable Speaker, arrange for Honorable Angula's seat so that we can continue. Let us not waste time here. Please.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Member. Now, what I wanted to say, Honorable Ampanda, is to say now we have heard everyone. It seems as if there is no objection that the Honorable Ampanda can pose his question. The issue was the logistics for doing so. Now, I also have confirmation that there is a space for the Honorable Member who is doing the translation to go there and do a simultaneous translation. Because, wait, Honorable Members, wait, let me finish. Because that was also going to save me another problem. That is the problem of response. To say that if today Honorable Ampanda poses that question, you know, in the language that he's asking the question in, with translation, would the answer require also a translation, or it is okay that the answer? Okay, so no, that's the answer. So now, what I want to propose we do...
Before that, Speaker.
Oh, okay.
Yes, before that. I was saying that we must decide what you have allowed, Speaker. Probably is good for democracy. You have allowed views and contribution, very important. But those views are outside here. Whatever it is that happens at the African Union, whether you think it must be a sworn translator, you had an opportunity to write it in the rules. If you have written the rules that say sworn translator, I would have brought the sworn translator. If you would have said that the speaker must make an arrangement, I would have requested the speaker to make an arrangement. Your rules here says I have an obligation to arrange. And I'm informing the assembly that I have arranged. Because if you move in that direction, you don't, in accordance with the rules, you don't have an obligation to arrange. That obligation, because now you can't then now make an arrangement after the fact. You could have, out of common courtesy, to be able to say, okay, how are we going to do that? You could have done that before. Now the member here, we printed the question, the question is here, is prepared to do that. An alternative arrangement is now being made outside the rules, and the rule says that I must do the arrangement. So I have made an arrangement, the member is here and is ready. So the notification, and in fact, the letter that I've received from the secretary.
I want us to move to a point where we now proceed with the proceedings. So unless if there is something important that you need to say, what I was going to suggest, and you can indicate whether you still want to say something, is that it's now 3:45. That's our normal break time. And we can break and make arrangement for Honorable Hangula to take his place where he's going to do the translation, so that when we come back, you ask your question, and there will be a simultaneous translation of the question.
Speaker,
yes.
what I'm saying is that, so that would be very wrong, Speaker, because what you are doing now, is that you are making an arrangement.
Only now.
But the arrangement in terms of the rules, Speaker, the rule says...
That's a point of order, Honorable.
No, the rule says, Speaker,
point of privilege.
the rule says that, what will be the purpose of the rule? If the rule says that a member must arrange for the translation of his or her speech into English, while I'm okay when we're having this debate about while. But now you are making arrangement on my behalf, on top of the arrangement that I've already made, empowered by the rules. So now you are saying a person must go in some cubicles. I don't know what is in the cubicles. Maybe there are bouncers on those cubicles. We don't know how safe those places are. What you would have done, Speaker, it would have been okay. That to say you have a responsibility to organize. Can we not do it this way? I would not have an objection. But to come and abide by the rules and be subjected by new arrangement outside on top of the arrangement that I've already made is unfair. That's what I'm saying is that
you continue.
Okay. So I'm saying the Speaker is that to make an arrangement while we are in session is very problematic. So the question is that's why the arrangement that I was sharing with the Assembly is that there are two options. It's up to you. We can either do it paragraph by paragraph, or I finish the question and then he's ready. He's having the translation here. I'm not asking for your approval. I'm sharing with the Speaker. So just get the bouncers if you want to do that. So that's one option, paragraph by paragraph. That's one option. That's the arrangement that I've made, and I'm being empowered by the rules to do that. Yeah. So what we want to do in the future to perfect it is another. But isn't it what we have now? An alternative also that I'm giving you, Speaker, if we are not okay with the whole question being dealt with, and then a translation, we could also do paragraph by paragraph, which I thought it would be a tedious process to do that.
Yes, can I respond to that one? Before Honorable, the last person, and then I want to make a ruling, because it's also break time. Ne? Honorable. Yes, you have the floor, Honorable. The mic. It's the mic. Yeah,
Honorable Speaker, it is never easy to win a war of polemics and semantics. The rule is very clear. The member requested to ask a question and make arrangements. The arrangements were made. The same rule says while. The translation has to be done while. Now, if we are going to go round and round and round, we will never resolve this. Can we just allow the member to ask the question while the translator is doing so? Whether it causes chaos or whatever, we will not be bogged down by semantics and polemics.
We don't want chaos. So, I want to make a ruling as follows. Yeah? First, it is break time. Ne? That's the first one. And I intend to ask the House to go on a break for 20 minutes. That's the first ruling that I have made. Secondly, I will make arrangements. The Honorable Ampanda has fulfilled his obligation in terms of identifying an interpreter. Ne? This rule 230 sub 3 does not prohibit the presiding officer from dealing with logistical issues related to the House. It doesn't prohibit.
Why don't you do it before?
No, but it's break.
Why don't you do it before?
It's break.
Now you want to subject me to your things.
If we decide that during the break, in order for us to comply fully with the provision that says the translation should be done while the question is being posed, the Speaker cannot reasonably be restricted from exercising a power that the Speaker has, especially when that is intended to ensure compliance with the rules.
But why didn't you do it before?
Yeah.
Why are you doing it now?
Yeah. Okay, first, I don't really have to answer the questions posed from the seated position, but I can also answer to say, you see, I was a copy of the letter here, because I need to confirm whether that letter say which day, on which day. No, where is the letter? Honorable members, can we break for tea and come back at 5? No, we come back and we continue. We come back and continue. Please, let's take a seat. Yes, when the House adjourned for a break, we were dealing with the request of Honorable Ampanda to give notice of a question in Oshindonga dialect, and we were dealing with the issue of interpretation that is to be done while the Honorable Member is posing his question. And the Secretariat confirmed that indeed there were arrangements logistically made in order for the member to provide translation services. And the Honorable Hangula has been notified of the position that he needs to take in order for him to provide translation services, as the Honorable Ampanda is posing his question. Okay, I see that Honorable Hangula is now coming in. Yeah, Honorable Hangula, if you are ready to provide translation, that in terms of the rules must be provided as the question is being posed by Honorable Ampanda. You are requested to please take up the position as you will be shown to you by the Secretariat, from which you are going to be providing the translation services. Yeah, and I see that Honorable Ampanda is here. Yeah, so I was just saying to the House that the Honorable Hangula would be shown where he is going to be providing the translation from, so that the translation is provided simultaneously at the time that you are posing your question. And he's therefore requested to follow the Secretariat. Yes, Honorable Shitana.
Yeah, I rise on a point of privilege. Honorable Speakers, we are all here bounded by this book. And making arrangement out of this, is it not fair for elected members? Number one, we don't trust any of you here. Listen. Listen. Last week, something happened here, and now our member is going there alone. So, my point is, if Honorable Elunga, don't sponsor the chaos, because the moment you are not listening, you are creating problems, and we don't want problems. Some of us are good people, but if you want to get something out of us, as Jesuk Jesal Krei.
Can I translate?
The issue is, if Honorable Veino has to go in there, we have to go, two of us. Then it's okay.
Yes. Honorable Shitana, I am not aware of anything that can be a hindrance to yourself or any other member of the AR to join Honorable Hangula, where he would be required to be stationed in order to provide the services. I can't really think of anything that can present a problem in that regard. Yes, you have the floor.
I just want to understand where exactly is he going to go?
Yes, Secretariat, can you show where the member would do the translation?
No, remember we don't trust. We don't know whether we are bouncers or all this. That's why we're asking where. So he's here.
How do I go?
Okay, how does he go? Can he pass through your door?
Yes, somebody can yes. Show whichever member of AR want to find out where the place is.
No, we will not, all of us will not go. Stop it.
Yeah, okay. So in the meantime, Honorable Ampanda, you can take your seat unless if you like to say something.
Okay, so we'll get indication when they are set. They will tell you when they are set.
Yes, they will let us know.
have decided it.
And the honorable MPs would be required to press their translation button in order to be able to follow.
So it doesn't even work.
Do you want us to postpone the question until we have done an induction for translation? Yeah? No, I'm not an expert on that either, so the Secretariat would assist. Yes, Honorable Balotti.
Again.
Yes. What point is that, Honorable Balotti? Is it point of privilege?
A point of privilege. Honorable Speaker, I think we've deliberated in great length. We've deliberated at great length the position. We've deliberated at great length, and the honorable member has been permitted. I just wish to state that it's possibly disadvantageous to all the young people that have joined us for the translation to only be in our ears. And I just want us to be conscious that even the general public following online would not be able to hear the translation. I so submit. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I think, Honorable Member, that this is a rule that we probably need to look at as we move forward, and we look at areas that need review so that we can be sure that it's serving the purpose for which it was put in the rules. We are waiting for the translation. Oh, there is a proposal that we proceed to the next question while we are working on.
They press ear for them to listen on the monitor.
Which one?
Press ear. There's a sign ear. Then they can hear the translation.
Okay, so I'm advised here by the Secretariat that we press the ear sign on our screen. Yeah, hello? There are two. Both of them. Any of them, eh?
No, wait, if the mic is on the left, this one, then put on the left.
Yeah, apparently if the mic is to the left, you press the ear that is on the side of the mic. Okay. So the note here is saying press on the ear which is on the side of your mic. Press on translation. Press on the ear again. Okay, can the Honorable Member, can Honorable Hangura please tell us that he is now ready to translate? Okay, Honorable Hangura has confirmed he is ready. Honorable Ampanda may now take the floor, please. So I see the Honorable Member there. It's a point of privilege, I guess. What is the point? Yes, Honorable Ampanda, can you take your seat, please?
I don't know what happened to my device here. Since I got the headphones, how can I hear? And what happened?
Say that again.
Found like this today.
Can someone help the honorable member there?
Thank you.
Toby. Toby. Toby.
No, honorable members, you cannot be calling each other across the floor like that. Okay, so are you assisted, Honorable Kumbwa? Honorable Ampanda may now proceed with his question. So now please set the clock, Secretariat.
Oteganja eti oteganja isonga shingei kucha metine jo maskonlongo na 3 ga Septemba onvulo tunjika otandika pura minister Gontonyo anokuimariwa omsimane kwa Erika Shafuda ngashitashirandura mpaka oshiwikesha ziko oshiwana oshakundana kucha okuzamo masiko 30 ga Novemba mvulo tunjika epangero talika kulisapo onlandu nenge o sistema yoku nana imariwa konjambi no futo da nironga epangero enano ojo tundika ohalirongwa moshito kompokati wedina Avril Payment Solution ngoka apewere otendera momvo maovigali nandatu pethimbo no mewiriko jo msimane kwa sara kugongerwa amadhira sho ali o minister imariwa shikao shaera kucha ehulisopo jo kondaraka no tendera njika otalika eta eirazo jo mwai ne jojo shirongo omlungu wa futama pehuliro kumboka yaninga esikutali ohambono matenga gawo ezogoto nunambano mboka wakara ule womvura 22 era kano jo kondaraka no tendera njino okujashike ko handimwe mboka ya adapu yotaya jatere pevi no kunkundipareka onkondo no kuvura kwepangero nguno ahaye awike ompokati wotango ali apewa ompito yokuja mu ministeri w'imaliwa kaholi yoshimaliwa ya nohenda mumvo mavigali na hamano na tango mewiriko jomsimane kwa sara kugongerwa madhira onga minister y'imaliwa na tango mpokati wedina Sinlam Solution okwapewa otendera no kondaraka yo sistema yo kulonga mafutiro gepangero ompokati nguno okwakara no kuja okuzegeta osho okurungatita pura no kuirata magadhi ule womvura ngashinge idatida omlongo mbali oyakara ne tayali no kastaira ha shampatu okonderaka ilipoku ya pehuliro yota iwedhere sho ya pehuliro mvura ziko mboka ilipo magadhi oyindire opo mpokati nguka awedhereko omwedhi hamano komeho shoka shaziminwa korutu rokutokora otendera hakuithanwa Central Procurement Board mo mwedhi hamano odotundoka ompokati okwaparura imarwa yatida o milioni 4 hapo yakulire mpoka alikana sho omwedhi hamano dapuko na tango okwaningi eindiropo ishe okondaraka njika yompokati yuwedherwe omwedhi onlongo na mbali koshimaliwa shawedherwa no sharondo shatida o milioni 3 oshaera kucha okondaraka otunjika kainalera shokata etapo sompondo kakere kokuja kwa mboka ipewa osho mboka elimejenge jao nokuli ompokati nguka okwaninga omafuto gepangero gakale gakirikita ugapita kana nai shino osheeta ijo yontumba kopashigwana opo ikale tainana nombali ngere taatarerepo itopolwa nikanjo moshirongo oshoka imaro yawo yaifutwa pethimbo tara konkweyongu shotango ontumba kopashigwana ohagurongekidha o dokumente do mafuto opone oshitiyali yeditume ku ministry w'imaliwa oshititatu u ministry ngewa mono o dokumente ndino ohaukonakona nokuzimina okuzampono oshitine opone tayaganja o dokumente pokati
your time is up. Try to wind up and
okay.
Also take note of the requirement that says that the questions may not contain accusations and all other things. If an honorable member has identified a case of violation of the laws are very clear on what has to be done. And that does not include using question time to level those accusations. But anyway, time is up, round up in less than a minute.
Okay. Karukakanshi. Omorwa aihembio ndazino kusamuna umapuronga kaga pumbwa kwa mukuru ku minister opoga ganje uyere mboka pumbwa kwa ehe ngashikwera kwa rumasatire o ngashitagarandura oshakulire peni oshakulire peni ne indiro jokondara kanje no poyi weather project yali omorwa shike ompoka jugo Sinlam Solution itarandura omnwenga shompoka ti Avril Payment Solution kamandika nuka bonesha shimoro etimbo project tatu Monshorondodo gomafutiro muka oshaera kucha ompokati nguka haena na hata mekeno akulita ifutu kena moshi omolashi kene tatsikire na tanga iporoti jakuguni andiri ninge fupimo lethimbo oshike nana shoka hashirongwa kompokati nguka itashivulika shirongwe no shiningwe ku ministry w'imaliwa no mbanga ya Namibia shino otashidengwa mfindo unene tu morwa kucha erarakano jombanga ya Namibia ojakwateramo okuganja omakwatho wopauteknika no kufuta oshowo ompango joka inashani ifuta kucha otaivuru okutotapo inimaji ngaka omaporo gapumbwa omamukuru projo tango
Honorable member, I have now added a full minute. You have exceeded, you have now used up 4 minutes. Yeah.
I'm done with the first question.
So you have a second question in 3 minutes, please.
Oteganja etse ithonga shinge ikucha metine jo maskolongo na hetatu ka September otandika pura minister wironga ni yenditho msimane kwa veiko nekundi ngashita shirandura mpaka mu masiku shogali ne gamarita omvo mavigali no 24 president wa Namibia okwatura mironga omurandu veta wunashano mawa nawa gena shani yenditho ya khogorora na nironga mboka yeri akare ripo shiwana omurandu veta ogotunguka mokatendo katitano kashona imwe okaerita kucha ministeri wironga ni yenditho o apewa onkondo no shinakugwanitha shokutonatera omulandu ngoka takutura mironga bwana ngoka tegutaguruka omulandu ngoka ogwatothamo kucha ompopi nenge omwiriki omwendithi gomtumba opachigwana ompevi popi no mwiriki wongudonti yali muntumba opachigwana oyo tapewa iyenditho ku ministeri wironga shikao shapiti kwako katendo okatini ondakundana kucha areli mbaka ya tatu oyapewa iyenditho ngashishauswa paveta ihe oyatindi iyenditho mbika morwashoka yahara inaihara no inaipanda ano iyenditho mboka yapewa ngashishuuswa kaishiano ayo komwenyo daoyo inaihara koni masho areli mbaka ya tatu yatindi iyenditho mboka yapewa ngashishuuswa paveta oyeki kusira iyenditho mboka yapewa nenge yathekerwa omtumbako pashiwana pamirandu areli mbaka ya tatu oyapiti ko ashike yarongithe iyenditho mboka yapewa mokatendo katini kuchane otaikironga nenge paumwene iyenditho yomtumba opashiwana otairongiswa kale limbaka ya tatu ngere otukara njoka yanuninwa itaivuru okuthika ngashi pomavugu nenge onjira ondhigu noshotu omulandu gomshango tagutingi oshenditho shobaki shoka shaganjwa kombero wa mlandu gotango otairongiswa owala ngere onjira inayoparela nenge ondhigu okupitwa kotukara njoka mleri ukalepo apewa oshiri shaera kucha erongitho jiyenditho yomtumba gopashigwana kale limbaka ya tatu kashiri paveta no shanika okulunga kuitapura ano okorruption omirandu odeshi erita nomshangwa ontikamano kucha ale limbaka otayavuru okuninga endiro opoya pewo shenditho shopokathimbo oshenditho imwandinuka pomolo ethimbo molwa ihe mbino ndazi nokuthamuna omapuronga ngoka gapumbwa okuyamukula ku minister opo aganje uwelele mboka gapumbwa kwa ihe ngashikwera kwa ruma satire ongashinga iprojo tango ministeri wironga ni enditho waganja shiri oshenditho shotukara ngashishathamunwa momlandu moshinyorwa oshitine kompopi ompevi popi osho mleri wongudu ontiyali montumba opashigwana puroti yali osho shiri kuja areli mbano ya tatu yatindi iyenditho mbyoka yapewa ku ministeri wironga ni enditho molwashoka iyenditho oyo tumbika kaishiyo komwenyo gwao nopo maharo gao ngero osho shiri omatompero geni mbera gaganjwa ku ministeri no kaleli mbaka ya tatu puroti tatu ministeri wa monene tu endiro joshendisho shopokathimbo kaleli mbaka ya lingashi shufwa komsindarandu umtihamano puretine nongere indiro ndika ojaningirwe matompero geni gaganjwa kale limbaka ya tatu ngashishategerwa kucha etompero nalikale lina ungushu puretitano ngere indiro ojaningirwe no jatamba uministiri waganja shiri oshenditho chopokathimbo ngashishapitikwa puretihamano ngero osho shiri kucha ale limbaka ya tatu oyikwatere no kukutha indiro mbyoka ya nuninwa ontumba opashigwana shoka shiri konje yo mirandu unene tu uministiri.
Now it's difficult when first and foremost the questions are about me. They are not only questions, they're actually allegations. The honorable member is out of his time and now I am required to exercise a discretion.
I only have 2 more.
Or to not exercise. No, you are now out of your time. It's not really possible because the rules are saying the presiding officer will extend the time for the items for a period cumulatively not exceeding 5 minutes. So I give you 1 minute to ask your question.
Okay. Iproti heyali oshiri kucha gumwe gomareli mbaka ya tatu okwaningi indiro nenge aningirwa indiro opoara nderwe ku ministry wiyenditho yali ipepe kanona ndomirando taditi oyapiti kwa ashike yapewe oshenditho shimwe jakugunina nongere shika shirimono mora onti heyali bomba daodo shiri oveta ini mbera taipiti ku ministry ukonde omirandu yoyi wanisepo maharo womuleri ngoka inaufwa uministri watse yanga akucha kukwathera omuntu arunge itapura no maliko goshiwana ohashi eta shitulithe omkwathi mipandeko ngashisha samunwa koveta yokukererawo corruption ngakawo kwa mapuro gapumbwa mamukuro pekajoshiwana.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Ampanda. I just would like to note that your questions have violated all the requirements in terms of not containing accusations and everything else. And you are put on notice, but because their questions are about me, I would allow those questions to be tabled, and the ministers will deal with the issues as you have identified them. So I just would like to highlight that for the consistency, that it does not become a practice that we come to the House and we have picked up information about wrongdoing, but instead of actually dealing with the issues, we use question time to pose the questions. It puts also the presiding officer in a very difficult situation because the presiding officer has to preside over allegations made about presiding officer. That's beside the fact that the questions are outside of the rules, but you may present the questions. And we need an English version to be also submitted. Now I recognize Honorable Thomas.
Yes, Muskwanyama. Thank you very much. I have got two questions to pose to the same minister. The same minister. I hereby give notice that on Thursday, October, the 2nd October 2025, I shall ask the Minister of Education, Innovation, Youth, Sport, Art and Culture. Namibia has faith in the ministry's dedications to providing universal access to fair and affordable education. Nevertheless, numerous NAMCOL students in the Okongo sector, after registering with the Namibian College of Open Learning, NAMCOL, only discovered that many students has been compelled to accept the wrong courses of the current school year. Many students have complained about being assigned courses for which they were not registered or paid. These changes were often made without prior notice or explanation, often substituting the subject that student has originally selected instead of the ones they have paid for. This issue has left students, especially those preparing for national election, perplexed and upset, as committed students hope to further their educations through NAMCOL. I respectfully request the Honorable Minister clarify on the following. One, why even after paying and register properly, were some students given the wrong subject? Two, what method does NAMCOL employ to verify that students are assigned the subject they paid for? Three, it is possible for students who were given the wrong subject to switch back to their original selection without incurring penalties or extra cost. Four, what safeguards are in place to keep such problem away from repeating itself again? Five, will in fact students receive their response on time? I so submit The second one, I hereby give notice that on Thursday, October the 2nd, 2005, I shall ask the Minister of Education, Innovation, Youth, Sport, Art and Cultures. The country recognizes that the purpose of the National Youth Service of the Namibia is to train young people and give them access to additional education and training opportunity so they can improve their employment prospect and help Namibians socio-economic development and poverty alleviation. Many people are all unemployed even after successful training is done. It is also known that a national-wide database was established in order to compile the database on youth graduations. However, there has been no update or feedback regarding its purpose, and hundreds of young people are still living on the street today. Many young people, as for now, felt excluded, ignored, devaluated, and unsure of the training contributed to the time of training. The question, 1, can the minister clarify on original purpose of the training youth under the mandate of Youth Service Act 2005, Act number 6 of 2005? Can the minister clarify the reason why the first and 250 intake have not been employed since 2008? The current status and use of the National Youth Graduate Database is to secure employment opportunity for the already trained youth, and if not, why? Last one, how the ministry measure the success of the national youth when the majority of its graduates remain unemployed about 10 to 20 years in this country. I so submit.
Member, please table the question. Yes, I would like to indicate that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 members that are asking. Yeah, I just want to highlight how much time we will have to spend on questions that we may not get to the agenda. Yes, Honorable Deputy Speaker.
I think the English version must also be submitted and lay on the table.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, about my car.
Yeah.
In Nashinge's car, while you only mentioned me.
Yeah. Yes, can Honorable, who will table in act according to is the Honorable Hangura, because he's the one that was reading the questions, translating. Honorable Hangura, please table the questions. Or is it Honorable Ampanda? Oh, okay, Honorable Ampanda, table the English version of the questions.
Yeah, we're waiting for the copies of the English ones to arrive from our office.
Yeah,
So you know we don't have printers.
I don't hear.
We're waiting for copies. Our office is making arrangements.
No, Honorable, according to the rules, when you ask a question, the copy of the question, whatever notice or questions must be tabled at that time.
We have submitted
it. Where is it? You have submitted it here.
Yes.
The
what
English, no, we want the English version. No, it's not possible for us to not have a copy of the notice that was given in English, which is the official language.
You are not hearing what I'm saying.
Now that we are in the session.
We are not hearing what I'm saying. I'm saying the office is making arrangement to bring it here so that I can table. Or you want me to go and print it?
No, but it was with him. How
the
is the
copies
office
that we're
making...
talking about, those were notes. the actual one, so we're printing the corrected one.
So practically what we are saying is that we cannot admit the question because the notice, it was not ready.
The notice has been
is only
submitted.
now.
The questions are admitted.
It's just an administrative process now.
No, but we need to make sure that we have the question that was posed. Yeah, no, but I have to rule honorable members to say when a person gives notice of any item on the agenda, that person must submit the copy at that time. We have to agree on that one.
Speaker,
member.
the secretary told
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
when I submitted the Oshuambo, she said also bring the English version. And that's what
Yes.
that's what I'm saying to you. We are making arrangements. So the question has been submitted. It's just that English version that is required.
I just want to make this ruling for the understanding of everyone.
That's
That
what you are
next
waiting-
time,
it can come.
next time when a person is giving a notice or making a statement in a language other than English, you table the English and the other language that you spoke in. You cannot table the one and wait to finish the other one and bring later. Yeah, I don't think that's unreasonable, really. Yeah. Now Honorable Lucato.
Honorable Speaker, members of Parliament, leaders of all political parties, good day. I give notes that on Thursday, 25 October, point of correction. Thursday, 25 September 2025, I shall ask Honorable Natangwe Itete, the Right Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Mines and Energy, the following question. Honorable, the Right Deputy Minister and the Minister of Mines and Energy, the community of Kavimba Village, located in Masokotwani area, Chinchimane Road, Sibinda constituency, Zambezi region, in the Republic of Namibia, they are without electricity. While we have observed that the electricity power line recently installed to same old Masogotwani Primary School passes within 900 meters of their village. This presents significant opportunity for cost-effective extension of power to our community, which currently remains unelectrified. There is a lack of electricity greatly affects the lives of residents, hindering educational progress, health services, security, and economic development. Honorable Speaker, the 98% of people in the area are unemployed. To facilitate this project on their own, we kindly urge office to consider site assessment for the feasibility of extending the power line to their village and the surrounding. Honorable Speaker, I so submit.
Thank you. Please table the questions. I recognize Honorable Tuhezi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I hereby give notice that on Thursday, the 18th of September 2025, I will ask the Minister of Gender Equality and Child Welfare, Honorable Emma Kantema, the following. Honorable Speaker, I rise to seek clarification from the Honorable Minister on urgent matters relating to gender-based violence and the role of alcohol consumption in light of its link to violence and child neglect. I therefore ask, will the Honorable Minister inform this House what measures her ministry is taking to ensure that all gender-based violence cases recorded by the police and the social workers are disaggregated to capture the role of alcohol consumption at alcohol outlets so that policy interventions are evidence-based? 2. Will the Honorable Minister indicate that what coordination is currently underway between her ministry, the Ministry of Safety and Security and Trade, to strengthen regulation of alcohol outlets, licensing, operating hours, and their proximities to schools and residential areas in light of their link to gender-based violence and child neglect? And the last one, Honorable Speaker, will the Honorable Minister explain what specific programs are being implemented in high-risk regions with high gender-based violence prevalence to provide safe shelters, counseling, and community awareness for women and children affected by alcohol-related violence? I so submit.
Thank you. Table the questions, please. Honorable members. Yes, Honorable Hishono.
Urgent oral question.
Okay, now let's check whether the remaining members have notices of questions. Honorable Kalangula. Yeah, Honorable Hishono, please wait for a moment. Honorable Kalangula.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Same applies as Honorable Hishono, urgent oral.
Oh, okay. Honorable Venani also said oral question. Honorable Kandorodo, also oral question. Honorable Kumbwa. Oral question, Speaker. Okay. Honorable Nekongo.
Plus a wrong signal.
Is it a wrong signal?
Wrong signal.
Okay. Honorable, now where was I? Honorable Mvula? It's also, so okay. So now we have 20 minutes for urgent oral questions according to the rules. We start with Honorable Venani. According to the list, the Honorable Venani was before you.
Honorable Speaker, I'm hearing that men now must assume their wife's name.
For the practical of today, I'm McHenry Shaningwa. Honorable Speaker, I crave for your indulgence. Honorable Speaker, I crave your indulgence under Rule 135 to ask pertinent, important, urgent oral question to ministers, 4 ministers.
4?
Yes. Minister 1 is the Prime Minister. I'm waiting for him. He's answering a phone outside. You see? Yes. Right, Honorable Prime Minister, I have taken note that government has taken a policy of cancelling drought relief food. The drought relief is no longer going to be given to communities due to the fact that we got a bumper rainy season. But we are seeing elements of our society, members of our societies.
Yes, Honorable, right, Honorable Prime Minister. No, is it a point of privilege? Because otherwise he has to take a seat and the Prime Minister.
Honorable Speaker.
But you must listen to the question.
Yeah, no. Honorable Speaker, I don't know whether it's a point of privilege or point of correction.
Point of confusion.
Privilege. Thank you. Honorable Speaker, the point is that the honorable member is going into a trajectory that is not correct. Nobody has done what he said. Believe what our people are going through. So what has ended is the time frame of the emergency drought relief. What you call it? Declaration of the state of emergency. So there's no way we can say that we stop now to give food. Just yesterday, we met with the ICOMS. What do you call it?
Well, you could have allowed me to ask.
No. I mean, I'm just correcting that there is no
You're
such
correcting
thing.
nothing,
So
you're saying the
what,
same
what
thing.
should rather be is to say, let's strengthen it. Or I have this area that needs to be addressed. And then we do it. But it is not correct to say that we have stopped it or we are not giving food because there's a bumper harvest. That one, good as it sounds, it's incorrect. And I think to allow my good brother to continue in that trajectory, to be unfair of me to allow that brother to do that, even though the other side don't want the brotherhood. But I think it's a brotherhood upon this hour.
Thank you. Honorable Venani, you are advised apparently you are proceeding in the wrong direction.
I didn't know that this man was cunning, but he's my brother anyway. We are hearing those reports, and if you are saying they are not true, then the officers in the regions are telling communities the wrong information. So correct that with a ministerial statement. Question 1, disposed of. Question 2, Mutombe, Sankwasa ya Sankwasa. My dear fellow farmer and chief cousin, you are trying to do a good job. I've given you commendation. You are pushing some boundaries. But one of the things you are not doing, you are not coming on Thursday to answer questions. That you must, you are accountable to this house, not to those people that you are sankwasering outside there. But I have 2 questions, chief cousins. Question number 1, the chiefs are complaining to their leader that their vehicles are outdated and old and they have no vehicles at their disposal and they are supposed to put petrol themselves. How are you addressing that matter as you are coming from the traditional council's issue? How are we addressing the question of transportation of traditional leaders? It's urgent. It's urgent for communities is because you just go and open a breach in Varambat. Is that urgent?
Yes, honorable members, we only have 20 minutes, remember?
This is political now. Honorable Sankwasa, it's urgent. The cars, 2, a breach in Varambat.
Honorable members, the time is going.
No, I still have time. Oh, every question 3 minutes.
20 minutes.
No, that 20 minutes, if I use
all the questions put together.
if I put my questions for 20 minutes and the other members are out, that's their problem. No. Speaker, the rule says, yes, let me proceed. Honorable Sankwasa, the second question, quite very important, is that we have read in electronic media that 220 million was withdrawn from the city of Windhoek that was supposed to upgrade shanty towns. And I'm very worried about it. Is it true that you have allocated money and this money was never spent on upgrading and people living in poverty, the money was returned? That's the question to Honorable Sankwasa. Long time no see. Minister, Justice Agent, Minister of, are you a speaker? Justice, Employment Creation.
Point of order.
You are
what
Honorable.
is going on? I can't see him from there.
No, it's not on a point of order. Just a swap of point of order. Honorable, yeah, they are resigning, but the leader is here. The leader is here, very firm. And I have survived turbulences of Kaura, Rirwako. So I'm a politician, not the Nekundi them that wants to be Secretary General can try, but they are dealing with a politician, a very firm politician. Out of order. Minister, Minister of Justice.
Arrange for translation.
Minister. Wise man. Honorable Minister, I want to know from you. When you went into office, there was pomp and fanfare of job creation in this country. How many jobs? We are halfway in the year that President Netumbo Ndaitwah has taken over the country. You promised 100,000 jobs. How many jobs have you created in this country? Lastly, let Nekundi hear this one.
Yes.
To the Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries, Land and all those matters, very capable personality. Vungu Dairy Farm. Let this Nekundi listen.
No, Honorable Nekundi.
That's politics, man. This is a house. This is a house of politics. I must. He's enticing me. I must also entice him. This Nekundi must listen. No. My heart is perfecto mento. 200 million for 16 years. That Nekundi and his cronies stole it, Vungu and never put a project. I want to know from you, Minister of Agriculture. Listen to you, Nekundi. State money. 200 million. Honorable, sit down. Sit down. I withdraw.
Honorable members, exactly 20 minutes when they are out,
Honorable
presiding officer will rule. Proceed.
Honorable.
You may not get answers to your questions.
Honorable Ingela Amwani. When are we going to start milking at Vungu after 16 years of spending 200 million? I saw the president was there, myself I was there, the prime minister was there. I have not seen cows there, but you're talking about a dairy farm for the last 16 years. I want to know from you as a capable agricultural minister, when are we going to get the first liter of milk at Vungu? Give me dates. Give me projections. When are we going to be running there? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Now I will ask the following members to also pose their questions. Honorable Kandorodu. I'll give 2 more, and then we will get the answers. Unfortunately, I'm following this honorable. The next person is Honorable Kumbwa and then Honorable Hishono. I'm just following the list that is on the screen. Yeah. So we can have quickly Honorable Kandorodu, and please let's make our questions brief and to the point.
Honorable Speaker, when you are a parent and one of your child made a mistake, don't punish the next one who is innocent, or don't give warning to the next one who haven't done anything wrong.
Which one was wrong now? Honorable Benani. Honorable Benani. Okay, proceed.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Speaker. This one goes to Honorable Nekundi. We recently saw you appointing the Engineering Council members. We want to know, when did you advertise to invite the public to apply for that opportunity? Which law or instrument gives you the power to headhunt your friends, your village neighbors, to appoint?
Point of order, Honorable. Briefly, Honorable Nekundi, briefly, on what point? Okay, Honorable Nekundi, go ahead.
Honorable Speaker.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Honorable members. Honorable, wait. No, Honorable, the person was making a point of privilege.
Standing up without even giving the platform by you, the speaker. He puts up and you allow him to continue. Are we not allowed? Should we wait for you to give us the platform and then we continue speaking?
Yes.
Is that what we must all be doing?
Okay, Honorable Member, you have made
it's out of order.
Honorable Member, you have made your point, and you are correct. And unfortunately, you just did what you are saying. Honorable Nekundi did that is wrong. So I agree with you. We should ask for the floor, including Honorable Nashinge, the leader of official opposition. Now, Honorable Nekundi, please, 2 seconds. What is the point that you are making?
Honorable Speaker, we are in the house where rules must be applied correctly. Okay? You cannot permit a member to utter utterances toward me and expect me not to respond. Honorable Speaker, I have no issues with the member to state what is. I understand why he's frustrated. The issue is, give us the rule which says how do you ask for the floor if you want to attract the attention of the speaker. So you need to give a signal, and I give a signal, and you give me the floor then, and I stood up to it. The first thing I want to address.
2 seconds.
The honorable member, the rule does not permit the member to attack members' characters and so forth, unless he brings a substantive motion to that effect. So therefore, I don't think we should allow that member to proceed in the fashion he is doing so. The Honorable Kandrodu, he was attacking my personal character, falsely so for that matter. He must withdraw it, and he thinks I am of a character, he thinks wrongly so, then he must bring some substantive motion as the rule so prescribed.
Yes, thank you very much. I think that's an important point that is made, and I referred to it earlier in relation to the questions that were posed earlier. Honorable members, we cannot continue to do that. That is wrong. Let's pose our questions if you want to pose questions, and let us take the other avenues if you want to raise other issues. Please. So, Honorable Kandrodu.
Honorable Speaker, it is alleged. It is alleged that you have.
Yeah. Okay, Honorable Kandrodu, again, 1 moment. 2 seconds, Honorable Amfanta, to make your point of.
2 seconds, like Honorable Nefundi. Okay,
2 seconds.
let's, as we proceed, this generalization of characterizing a conduct is very problematic. The rule says when you are making a ruling or direction, you must explain. You must also be able to say the expression ABC. So I'm struggling here. I don't agree that he has said whatever he has said. I may not agree with the content. I may argue that, look, you can appoint interim board. But you must tell us, move with us, and say, Kandrodu said the following. And what Kandrodu said about member so-and-so, this is what the problem is. So what are we supposed to take as unparliamentary or as an accusation or whatever, or from what he said? Everything, and he said, I rise or I have a question to Honorable Nekundi. So as we move, we must be very specific so that we can follow.
Okay.
Yes, so both the person, the complainant, and the presiding officer must say
yes.
this and that so that we can follow.
Honorable member, can Honorable Kandrodu please ask his question?
So, on that allegations, we want to know what methodology did you use to nominate and to appoint the council members? Secondly, the Minister of Home Affairs, she's not around. Okay, I'll reserve that for tomorrow. Deputy? The deputy? No, there's no deputy. Or maybe the head of the house. It's a trend within the current administration, and the Minister of Finance must take note. It is alleged that the head of NAMRA is provided with VVIP protection. He's having a bodyguard, a police officer. At his residence, there is a cubicle or a security house. For which law does it make provision for those type of benefits? Comrade Prime Minister, this is directly to your desk. The Right Honorable Prime Minister. Comrade is not a swapper word.
Yeah, so okay.
Don't get carried away. It's not even a Namibian language.
Oh, yes, please, Honorable Member.
Finally,
yes.
Honorable Sankwasa, thanks for what you are doing. but be careful, you will end up not doing it right. You were in Ondangwa, you talk about the CEO who decided to pay him or herself, the council that have decided on their S&T rate, you claim is wrong.
Yeah, can you wind up, honorable member, please?
My question is,
Yes.
or time,
Yes.
my question to you is it normal? Can the other CEOs and other local authorities decide on their S&T and nothing will be done to them? When are you going to report these cases to ACE, Anti-Corruption Commission, and the Namibian police for the culprits to be apprehended? I submit.
Thank you.
Like Zambezi.
Thank you. Now I will allow the honorable out of time. The first set of questions were asked, right, Honorable Prime Minister. Does the PM wish to respond? Or you catered already with the point of privilege? Okay, very good. So his second question was to Honorable Minister of Works, ne? Oh, Honorable Minister of Urban and Rural Development, would you like to respond?
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for the questions raised by my brother, Ombara, Makene Venani. First is the allocation, or first was the question of cars for traditional leaders. On my appointment, yes, as the Minister of Urban Rural Development, I found that government gave vehicles to traditional leaders. However, the condition of issuing those vehicles was never stated. As to one is a GRN vehicle. Who was supposed to be the driver? Who is supposed to take care of the third-party claim if this GRN vehicle bumps into somebody and kills that person, the third-party claim? Who was to be responsible? When the driver is not a government employee, is a villager. There are some technicalities that were supposed to be addressed before the vehicles were given to the traditional leaders. And this was not done. Therefore, in this country, in this public service, there is what is called transport policy and transport regulation of government, how you manage government vehicles. I hope if there was time, I was going to talk more about that. So if these are not adhered to, they create consequences for government, which is very negative. The other point is that these vehicles are supposed to be repaired or serviced. There was no condition as to who is supposed to service them. Is it the traditional leaders? Is it the traditional authority? Is it the government? They were just given. These conditions have to be met. So therefore, I'm coming to a conclusion that before the end of the year or financial year, we'll either have to give these vehicles as a donation. They become private vehicles, not as GRN vehicles in a traditional authority. Because we must meet the legislative framework of managing transport in the public service. I come to the issue of reallocation of money, particularly from the city of Windhoek to other local authorities. The ministry have a budget of 750 million, which was for sanitation, formalization of informal settlements, and provision of water. That was allocated to the city of Windhoek. And all the local authorities were given priorities to identify the land where this money has to be used, to come up with a plan of formalization of informal settlements. To this day, when I'm standing in the parliament here, the city of Windhoek has failed to come up with a plan. They've failed. I've had 3 meetings with them personally myself, with the city council. The ED of the ministry has been having a meeting every month with the city of, all the local authorities. The city of Windhoek has failed to produce that report. Now, the problem is, the city of Windhoek is not the only citizens that demand services in this country. There are other local authorities that are ready with their plans to execute services to the residents. Hence, I said, and I stand by my decision, we will withdraw money from Windhoek, give it to the local authorities that are ready to render services. Hence, we have given allocation to Marienthal, Kitmans, to Bukalo, and we are giving to those that are ready to render services to the citizens of this country. When they are fighting themselves as to who is PDM, who is IPC, who is whatever in the city of Windhoek, I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. And even the remaining amount, if I don't get that plan by the end of October, I'm reallocating everything to other governments. Period. So that is my stand. I'm not going to sit and be held back from rendering services to the citizens of this country because the city is fighting itself. I come to the Honorable Kandorozo. Honorable Kandorozo, when you read, it's different from what you hear. I don't know whether Honorable, I didn't say Kamboroto, it's you, I said Kandorozo. Kamboroto comes from you. The issue of Ondangwa, it was not said by Sankwasa. It was the Auditor General's report I was reading. And the Auditor General's report is public knowledge. Okay. Honorable Kampanda, can I finish my sentence? I say the
half a minute.
And when there was some questioning here, who was saying
half a minute, Honorable Kandorozo. Honorable Kandorozo, I'm trying to give you the floor, but the mic is refusing to allow you to go through it.
Please. The decorum of the House, it tells us very well how we must address one another. When the members are referring me, I'm and I'm black people. Yeah. Honorable Speaker, please give attention to all the nitty-gritty in the House. Don't have selective moralities on issues that affects you and ignore that affects the others. So it's very important.
Which one is that? Is the honorable member referring to?
No.
I didn't give attention to.
No, the way they the way they are insulting my ancestors' surname. Let me come now on the ground now. Let me land. The way they are insulting my great-grandfather's surname of Kantorodu into something they decided to name it themselves. The Speaker have been allowing this to happen for quite some time without protecting me. And I have the capacity to do the same to the others. I can do it. I can insult your parents, I can insult your ancestors, but I was not brought in that way.
That is not my background. So let's respect one another. It's very important.
Okay.
And let's
okay,
make jokes
the honorable
where it's
member
necessary.
has made
It's
the
very
point.
important. So
Okay.
I'm not saying stop it, but I'm
Okay,
saying
honorable
it's
member.
not right.
Yeah.
Leave my parents alone. Respect who they are. If you cannot pronounce my surname,
Okay, honorable member.
please
you have-
don't do it. No,
No, I want to
I've
rule on
been
that
quiet
one,
for
which
some
is
times.
important.
Wait.
I want to rule. Honorable member,
Yes.
just give me one moment. Then yeah. Yes. Honorable Kandorodu, you have made your point, and I'm not taking it lightly. If anyone has pronounced your name in such a way that it's insulting, you know, I agree with you that that is not allowed. And I call upon the members to say they must make maximum effort to pronounce other members' names correctly. So if they make a genuine mistake, they should be corrected and they should take the correction. I think that's not something that is up for debate, really, because the rules are very
and
clear.
sometimes,
Yeah.
if they want to be a Camboroto of somebody else, maybe they enjoying to be a Camboroto, they can do that to their boyfriend, not to me. I submit.
Okay, honorable member, you made your point. It was noted. Now, who was on the floor when honorable Kandorodo or he? Yeah, was it a point? Have I covered you, honorable Copper? You wanted to make a point of what? Order or privilege?
Honorable Speaker, I hope what Honorable Kandorodo have said today will remain, because I've heard also from him that he was calling Honorable Wendao Luvi. Is that her name? Is that her name?
Yes.
Even if we...
Thank you, honorable member. That is noted. Okay.
Therefore,
honorable members.
things that we do. No. Things that we do to others comes back to us. Therefore,
I don't know what is
do
happening to the
things
mic.
that
I
will
can't
return to
really hear
us, because we will not like it after all. So stop it. Honorable Wendao didn't feel good that day.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I think the point is made. Honorable members, let's not make jokes at the expense of each other's. So let us try by all means to pronounce each other's names correctly. I know that we are culturally diverse and sometimes we may struggle to pronounce each other's names, but we try our best, and when we are corrected, we take that. No jokes that are not funny to the concerned person. So Honorable Sankwasa, can you please round up? Because we now have just 2 minutes for urgent oral questions.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I want to refer my Honorable Kandorozo to the Auditor General's report. What I raised with the Ondangwa Town Council was an Auditor General's report of 2024, ending June 2024. And an Auditor General's report is a public knowledge. It's a public document that he and me can read, or any member of the public. In that report, there were those 2 queries which I wanted to know from the council as to why they have not been corrected from the time they were raised. And my correction was that if they wanted to have a personal to hold a position or salary, they should apply for it correctly. Because in human resource management, there is what is called a personal to hold a skill or salary payable to any employee in the government service. That's the only anomaly I was trying to correct. They should apply for it, but they kept quiet after the Auditor General has raised the same issue. I want councils to be answerable to the Auditor General's queries so that we have to run a proper public service.
Thank you.
The same holds for the SNT. So I hope my plenary colleague will agree with me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now, Honorable Minister of Labour, there was a question directed to Honorable Emmanuel Weiss, wasn't it?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity, and also for the question asked by my elder brother, Honorable Venani. I think maybe it's worth starting by saying that more often than not, we have agreed on a number of things. But I think perhaps for the first time we would disagree today that there is no sense of urgency to your question. I will come, my brother. So I think we should reach or get a meeting of mind that there is no sense of urgency to the question. Secondly, Honorable Venani, you would agree that your question is one that is in pursuit.
Yes, Honorable Ampanda, Honorable Minister.
Can you please rule whether it is up to the minister to indicate and determine whether the question is urgent or not? At the stage where we are, the question has been posed as urgent, it's been admitted, and the presiding officer requested the minister to respond. So, what is going on? What's happening? Because you are called to respond and you will respond. Because the person have already passed matric, they've been admitted at university there, you can't stop them at the classroom because they already have a student card. So, is that how we understand that minister can determine agency? I understood the agency is determined by the presiding officer. Please rule on that.
Yes, the presiding officer can rule that there is no agency if there is a motivation from the minister that is convincing. So the minister can indicate that, and the presiding officer can rule. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, one last time, because that was the ruling I made, so I allow you to explain yourself, maybe. What? Yes.
You have made a ruling.
That what?
Why are you doing that, Speaker?
What have I done?
So I just said you made.
What have I done?
When I said you have made you already said like what?
No.
So, Speaker, I'm saying, when the question.
Say like what?
Woo!
What?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Speaker.
Okay, say what you are going to say, please. Just go ahead. Then we don't have to,
okay.
to have a back and forth.
So, when a member raises on urgent oral question, this is provided for by the rules. It has happened before. If the question is not urgent, the presiding officer rules the question that is not urgent. Now here, the presiding officer doesn't rule the question out. A question is admitted, a member poses the question, the presiding officer proceeds to ask the minister to respond. It is not open for the presiding officer on the motivation of the minister to say, oh, now, since you minister, you said it, I can now rule that it's not urgent. Either the question is urgent, once you have exercised that discretion, that powers that you have, it is not open to, what's wrong with you?
Honorable member, the time.
So you can't do that to us.
The time is.
The minister must answer the question because you have already admitted the question. You did not rule the question that is not urgent. So the minister must just respond, whatever. Now you want to go rule that.
The time is out
now. You want to go and rule that is not urgent after the
time is out now. Can you please, you have made your point, can you take your seat?
Yes, so minister must just respond.
Yeah, please take a seat. I have made a ruling. Take your seat, please. Yeah, so I'm making a ruling to say that I have given the floor to the minister to respond. And the presiding officer, I have a discretion based on the answer of the minister to provide the information or to indicate that in his view, he feels that this does not pass, and I make a ruling on that. There is nothing in the rule that says I can't do that. But in any case, time is up for urgent oral questions. Yes, time is, and there, honorable members, wait. Time is up for urgent oral questions. And in terms of rule, what is this? 85,
I'm on the floor.
sub 3, the presiding officer may on the discretion of the presiding officer, extend the time for not more than 5 minutes. So now, if the Honorable Emmanuel Weiss has something else to say, because he was on the floor, I have extended for not more than 5 minutes. He should proceed, and then we see how many members will be able to cover. We have only a maximum of 5 minutes. Yeah, Honorable Weiss.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And I want to indicate that I continue to confine myself to the rule of the House. Now, the rule requires that a question that has been put, a member should take the floor to respond to it. And the rule don't prescribe in what manner and form an answer must be provided. And I think we need to help one another in terms of educating as to where we should be. Now, I indicated that insofar as I'm concerned, there is no sense of urgency to the question. And I was qualifying that, Honorable Speaker, I was eminently about to underscore the fact that the questions by Honorable Venani is one that is in pursuit of statistical intelligence, or is looking for statistical information. And as such, Honorable Venani would agree, for he has asked the question, that for that alone, his answer would require an intelligible answer. And for that reason alone, Honorable Speaker, I would revert to Honorable Venani and to any other member that has an interest in the same question, with an intelligible answer accompanied by the statistic. But for what it's worth, Honorable Speaker, I think for those that mind listening, and I'm speaking generally, and mind informing themselves, they would remember that on the 21st of July 2025, Her Excellency, the President of the Republic of Namibia, did provide, an address on the 100 days, in office. Part of that address does highlight, or it does provide some very key information with regard to what the government has done in trying to create employment and in some respect. So the statistics were provided as to people that have, or the young graduates that have been taken up, either through the part of the internship programs and so forth, but there are also some programs that are running, including the Global Accelerator, that is focusing on strategic intervention, aiming at creating employment. And in coming with a written response, I will detail this information for appreciations by the members.
Very
I
good.
thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Now, Honorable Damwani. Very good.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Venani, I can respond that while I cannot give you time frame within which the meal could start to come out, I can say that we are seized with the matter. We have visited Ubungu Dairy Farm 3 times so far since I got into that office. The delay was occasioned by the initial successful tenderer who got let me say, government has made a decision that the development of Ubungu Dairy will be done on a private-public basis. And so initially there was a successful tenderer, and unfortunately he was unable to deliver some of the requirements, and therefore we have now gone back to the drawing table. We have done an assessment of what needs to be done for the project to be completed. We have costed it. We have submitted our application to our government because we don't have the funds. So there are 2 ways to either do the completion of the project ourselves, or we give to a new tenderer inclusive of the cost of completing the work that need to complete it before the meal can start coming in. Because firstly,
There is no electricity connection. There is no water connection.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Chinese.
Am I protected?
Yes, you are protected, but you need to wind up, Honorable. If you need to provide more information, you can come next time better prepared and provide information. Now it's the 5 minutes are finished.
Okay, okay. Can I have a bilateral with Honorable Renani on the matter, please? Thank you.
Thank you. You see, now we have spent 20 minutes plus 5 minutes. And the rules are very clear. No, the rules are very clear that the speaker can only extend for not more than 5 minutes. I can no longer extend. No, I'm out of the rules now. We proceed now, honorable members, to the next item. Yeah, no, we are now notices of motion, point of privilege. Yeah, honorable member. Yeah, it means that today we are not going to go to the agenda. We are only going to ask questions. Yes, there is a person on the floor on point of privilege. No questions anymore, no oral agent questions anymore.
No, what I'm saying is a point
okay,
of
just 1 moment. Just 1 moment.
Yeah,
Yes,
point
honorable.
of privilege. What I want to say, the minister was, I think, he deserved to be given a time because this is the report.
Unfortunately, honorable member, the rules are quite clear, saying if we have oral agent questions, it's 20 minutes. A presiding member has the discretion to extend the time limit allocated to any matter being considered by not more than 5 minutes. So I can't make it more than 5 minutes. So, honorable member, so you had a point of privilege. Honorable Nashinge.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I think moving forward, we had issues that we had discussed earlier, and I think problems are continuing. With the members of the executive that comes here and dictate what should happen in a house that they are accountable to. No, that is not an urgent question. You cannot, they are accountable to this house. Separation of power. I think this must be part of the conversation and discussion that we must have. Executive members, they must come here and report and address the questions that we are asking. Honorable Deputy Prime Minister is directing the Honorable Minister of Agriculture how she must respond, how she must go about the question. I think we are doing injustice to this country and to the people that have elected us. This must end. You are accountable to this house. You. My question?
I want to agree. No, that was not a question. That was a point of privilege. We are done with the questions. So I'm only going to deal with your point of privilege to say that indeed all of us are required to comply with this. So honorable members are also supposed to comply with the rule that says what oral agent questions are supposed to be about. So we cannot disregard that and then expect other people to just answer because you post a question that is not notified. Now, a point of privilege, Honorable Nekundi. Then I'll give you the point of privilege. Honorable members, let's just try.
Yes, Honorable Speaker.
Wait, let him finish. We will continue as much as we can.
I am on a point of privilege.
Can we hear Honorable Nekundi? We will continue.
Yes,
please.
Honorable Speaker, I rise on a point of privilege. In essence, I take cognizance that the time is up, but I have a point of privilege in that the member who have asked the oral agent question have presented the fact or information to the public out there that I am a non-law abiding executive, and I have appointed, and I've appointed my friends. So therefore, I am entitled to provide the facts to that, because the member have attacked my personality, and I have a rose area that the chairperson guide the member out of order, but which was not done. Honorable member, I'm not here for the whole week. Honorable member, honorable chairperson.
No, honorable member, can you please allow the honorable member to make a point of privilege? What is interesting is that every member in this house is treated unfairly by the presiding officer, it seems. So now the question arises, who is it that the presiding officer is favoring? That's the interesting question that arises. Honorable Venani, can you just allow him to make a point of privilege? No, I was talking about a point of privilege. Yes. Yes, I agree, Honorable Nekundi. Please make a point of privilege. Don't try to answer questions. Because the oral agent question time is over, just make a point of privilege.
Yes, please. Honorable Speaker. Yes. Honorable Speaker, it speaks to the fact that you have then the right to respond on matters that you are accused of. Your personal character is accused of. And you can only debug that with facts. And it's in that premise that I'm presenting the fact. Honorable Speaker, the first point of departure is that the Engineering Council of Namibia is not a classified institution which are classified under the PECA. Only the PECA, institutions that are classified under PECA, that process are applicable. In terms of the Engineering Council Act, the members are appointed in terms of that section, which is section 3, subsection 1. And in that section, it indicates who are the members to be appointed. And those members must be nominated by specified institutions that are specified in the Act. And on the 7th of July, the Minister of Works and Transport have written a letter to all the institutions that are classified which must nominate. And among them, on the 24th of July, they have started to submit the nominations of these members they wish themselves to nominate. It was on basis of those that these people were nominated that the minister then formally appointed them. So the law was exactly followed, and the minister have complied with that provision of the law. So I just want to submit that so that the member understand there are two provisions of the law, and not to stand up and make accused members here on this side of the aisle. Thank you very much.
So, Honorable Karambura, on a point of privilege. Yeah, okay, point of privilege, Honorable Karangura.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Finally, am I protected?
Yes, point of privilege, Honorable
Point of privilege. I rise.
Mind you, we have
am
5
I protected,
minutes
Speaker?
Yes, you are 5 minutes before knock-off time. Well, proceed with the point of privilege.
If I'm protected, I'll proceed. Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I rise on Rule 135, Sub-Rule 2B, which states that an urgent oral question must be short to the point. Honorable Speaker, when we started with this 8th Parliament, you had that discretion to stop a member that was asking urgent oral question and state its agency in that question. But now, Honorable Speaker is giving it to the members that are being asked to state that whether the question is of agency or not.
I have already made the ruling on that one.
Correct. But now, the questions that are being asked here are depriving us an opportunity to do justice to the urgent question slot. Because many people, many members of this Honorable House are extending their questions too lengthy, and as a result, members of the public are affected by the fact that we are not getting their urgent questions across. And this is affecting the public, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, please help us maintain that order that you had at the beginning so it can assist the House, so we can ask the urgent questions as fit for the House, Honorable Speaker.
Yes,
please
Honorable, all of us.
Yes,
thank you very much. I cannot disagree with that. I'm just saying, it will take all of us working together to achieve that. But when we only complain when it's about the next person, but when we are not allowed to do what we want to do, we protest, then it's a problem. Then Honorable Karola has asked for a point of privilege. Honorable Kumbwa, I thought yours was a question and we finished with the questions. Eh? Oh, okay, now just one moment. Let Honorable Karola has a point of privilege and then I'll give you the floor. If yours is also a point of privilege. Yes.
Okay, finally, thank you. Honorable Speaker, I don't have much. I just need water. I was told by the doctor that I should bring more water after the meeting. May you please just arrange some water so that I can.
Okay, you need more water.
Yeah, I need more water.
Very good, thank you. So, Secretary, take note, Honorable Kumbwa, point of privilege before we knock off.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Give him water.
Yeah.
On point of privilege, for which I have to register my disappointment, I can straight say that we don't have total control of this House. Because if I count my minutes, since I pressed my button and I was granted that I will be the next, honorable members of this House were favored by the Speaker, just a matter of wasting time. I can say that boldly. I was not elected to come here and make jokes. The induction was not very good, but I have to take my time to see how the order of the House is supposed to be. And I'm ready to engage. Now coming with point of privilege, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, honorable members, lawmakers. I'm not happy, Honorable Speaker, and I have to say it loud and clear. Now, I ask your intelligent, Honorable Speaker, tomorrow, can I start my oral question because always I'm cut off? Can you agree on that one? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Kumbwa. Honorable Kumbwa, you see, the list stopped where you were the next person to speak because I needed to give the floor to the members of the executive to respond, and then we ran out of time, you know, and then the next persons were asking for point of privilege. So I would like to advise you that when it is time tomorrow, be fast to press your button. That's point number one. Point number two, honorable members, please ensure that the oral agent questions are only asked when they are oral and they are urgent and they cannot be pre-notified and they are short and to the point. Now, honorable, now it's exactly knock-off time, honorable member. Honorable member, I have given you point of privilege already before. No, honorable members, really. No. Is it point of privilege, honorable, because you were on the list for questions? No, I can't give you, if it's a point of privilege, he was before you. He never spoke, yes. He was on the list for questions, but I took it that he wanted to ask a question. If it's a point of privilege, what? What is it? What is there? What is there? What was there? Because I am speaking to the person here, how do I see what is there when I'm talking to a person here? So, Honorable Hishono, 2 minutes, because exactly 17:45 we rise on automatic adjournment. Yeah. 17:45 we rise on automatic adjournment. Automatic adjournment.
For the mic. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I understand, Honorable Speaker, that in your power you have the power to unite this House for the offended and the offenders to reconcile for the continuity. Before we close for the before we went for the break, a vulgar word was uttered in this house. And you promised to go and revisit the Hansard to say, was it really true that the word was said? But you never came back to us to say the FU word. To say, after now you have reviewed the Hansard, what was the outcome now?
That there was such a word recorded on the Hansard. Yes, Honorable, the last one. At exactly 1745, automatic adjournment.
Things. And we will have to unite this house to find direction. A whole day we are asking questions. Listen. Yes, it is our jobs to ask questions. But what we need to do in terms of really making our agenda flexible and workable is that we must allocate, my proposition, suppose we allocate 1 hour question, 1 hour motions, 1 hour this. Because if we are going to come here and every day we ask questions and we can bombard these people with questions, I'm trying to the house to find each other. My proposition, Speaker, tomorrow you are meeting chief whips and leaders of political parties. We really need to discuss this matter. Because if you look at the motions that are on the house and the agenda of the house, and if you bring a bill, I know you are not doing your work, there's no bill in the house. There are no bills on the house. But if the bills are there and we are not attacking them, then we are not also doing. Why is SWAPO is a party that doesn't listen? So, Speaker, directors, we need to really direct. Look at it.
What is that? You can just make a point of order. You don't have to act like honorable members. I would like to request, you see, it's 17 hours 44 minutes, and I would like to ask the Right Honorable Prime Minister to adjourn the House until tomorrow. No, there is only time. No, Honorable Prime Minister. Right Honorable.
Okay.
Prime Minister.
Okay.
Honorable Member, please take your seat. Take your seat. Honorable Prime Minister.
Yes.
It's now 17:45. We rise on automatic adjournment.
Okay,
Yeah.
just. Okay.
No, it's already time.